pretentious.
According to historical research, the Athenians were the first to practice democracy, when all adult citizens were required to participate actively in government. Today, democracy has evolved into a system encompassing the values of freedom and respect for human rights, in which members have a share of power in decision-making within an organization, institution, or state. In this video, we focus on democracy in its broader terms and how it has been used to protect citizens' human rights. As we set the ball rolling, we urge you to watch until the end. How democracy started. As mentioned earlier, Athens has been referred to as the birthplace of democracy. The origin of democracy has been traced back to the Greek word demos, which means common people, and Kratos, which means force. Athens was once ruled by a powerful, dominating aristocracy form of governance, leading to exploitation and the rise of various economic, social, and political problems. These problems deteriorated around the 6th century, when many acted as enslaved people to a few powerful people. It led to revolutions, protests, and political unrest, orchestrated by the commoners against the nobles. The problem could continue until the Athenians advocated the assistance of Solon to act as a mediator and seek a solution to the disparity between the high and low classes. Solon, an Athenian Greek, was a lyric poet and lawmaker, ranked as one of the 7 sages of the ancient world. To create a balance between the privileged and the less privileged, Solon divided the Athenians into 4 property classes, with different rights and duties for each. He aimed to satisfy all sides by alleviating the suffering of the poor without removing all the privileges of the rich minority. One of Solon's political reforms led to the establishment of rules that eliminated the enslavement of Athenian commoners by the ruling class. Political privileges were assigned based on productive wealth and not by noble birth. Rules were also established for legal redress against oppressors and overbearing aristocrats. Though some of the reforms were unsuccessful, they laid the foundations of Athenian democracy, which would later become a norm across the globe. Elements of democracy. Democracy is generally defined as a government system in which the people decide laws, policies, and leadership. As an advocate of democracy, the United Nations has been at the forefront of promoting democracy and has, over the years, established a set of values and principles that should be followed for greater participation, equality, and security of human development. Various human rights commissions and activists have also not been left out and have advocated that democracy should provide an environment that respects human rights and individual freedoms. In a democracy, people have a major say in decision-making and are expected to express their will freely. There should be freedom of association, expression, and opinion. The people should have access to power and exercise it according to the laws of the land. Periodic, free, and fair elections should be held, and the people should be expected to elect their leaders and hold them accountable. Furthermore, democracy encompasses a system of political parties, the separation of power, judiciary independence, and media freedom. Despite these elements of democracy that are expected to be adhered to, how has democracy fared in modern times? Our next discussion will focus on that. Democracy in the 21st century. Many nations have continued to adopt democracy, and there have been many attempts to promote democracy in countries where authoritarian leaders have ruled. In 2003, Saddam Hussein, the president of Iraq, was toppled after major combat operations, and a new constitution promoting free and open elections was established. In 2011, democracy was established in Tunisia after a series of anti-government protests, popularly called the Arab Spring. It was in response to years of corruption and economic stagnation in the Arab world. The upheaval spread to most Arab countries, leading to increased democratic rights in Morocco. In 2016, after woefully losing in the December elections, the then president of Gambia, Yahya Jammeh, attempted to truncate the rules of democracy by clinging to power. There was a military intervention, which eventually forced him to relinquish power. The wind of democracy also extended to Sudan and Algeria, when the dictator leaderships of President Omar al-Bashir of Sudan and President Ahmed Gaid Salah fell under the rule of democracy. In a nutshell, in a democracy, men and women have equal rights and are free from discrimination. the people will always prevail and form the basis of the government's authority. It is described by the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Whether this is sustainable depends on the politicking and leadership of the government. Did you enjoy the video and want to share your opinion? Please join the conversation and share your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.